Aloha, and as I said, we're going to be on this Zohran Mamdani kick for a minute. We got DEMINEM, the real Dim Shady, the liberalist right here. He's going to talk about he agrees with Zohran mostly, but he's going to tell you to vote blue no matter who, even if they're very far right, Kamala Harris, warmonger, genocidal, so not really up on his morals or standards. Oh. That's not what I was going for.
Remember the dialogue from the Democrats. Oh my God, we need our own Joe Rogan, bro. We got to get these young voters out for us, bro. We need our own Joe Rogan. That's what we need.
And on that point, we had Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was on the Bernie Sanders, right? And Bernie Sanders went to the Democratic Party and took everybody to the wrong place, where he should have went to the Green Party and took everybody to the right place. He could have brought Joe Rogan there, and the Green Party would be blowed up by now. But we the left, Democrats, Joe Rogan was of the left, not the Democrats, because the Democrats are not of the left. That's why. But the Democrats, when they pretended to be left, had their own Joe Rogan, but they are not left. So Joe Rogan went to the fake populist right.
And there was all this talk about how do we win young voters back? How do we get them to go to the polls? How do we stop the rightward shift among immigrant communities and things of that?
Bernie Sanders showed them that in 2016, 2020, they didn't want it. So why are you still on that team?
Nature. These were the conversations that Democrats were having and in fact continue to have. Well, now you have a situation where Zohran Mamdani was basically made in a lab to assuage all the Democratic Party's fears. Because here you have a young guy, 33 years old, incredibly charismatic, incredibly based on the policies, and knows how to do basic politician stuff, knows how to argue, knows how to make...
So the only difference is Bernie Sanders was old, but still brought all the same politics, all the same thing, and the Democrats didn't want it. And as we're going to see over this next week, they still don't want it.
A point, knows how to persuade and win people over. In fact, he won those immigrant communities, and he had a massive surge of young voters that got him a victory in the first round against Andrew Cuomo. Well, it turns out the reaction from Democratic elites when they looked at that was, not like that. We want young voters, we want immigrants to come back, but not like that. Definitely not like that. Why? Because as you all know, it's on the substance that Democratic elites, the corporate Democrats, the establishment Democrats, it's on the substance that they say, we can't go in the direction of Zohran. Why? Because Zohran actually...
So then why are you telling people to be in this party? The substance is the Green Party. We have the right platform and we back it up. The Democrats talk some decent stuff from time to time, but they don't back it up. They almost never back it up. They don't back... There's no universal health care. They didn't codify Roe versus Wade. They didn't do free college or eliminate college debt. They didn't do nothing. They don't do anything. They don't make it hard for Republicans to not give tax cuts, and they give tax cuts themselves. They are the party of the crime bill. They are the ones who militarized the police. Barack Obama was the first one to put kids in cages, and those were the cages that Trump kept putting kids in. Barack Obama built those cages. Well, he didn't himself, but his government, or when he was in office, that's when they built them.
He challenges the powerful. He challenges the corporations. He challenges the billionaires. He openly critiques capitalism and says, no, I'm a democratic socialist. I have many critiques of capitalism. That's never something you would hear from Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer. Never.
Right, so that's not something you would hear from the normal Democrats, but he's going to tell you to keep being a normal Democrat.
So, right on cue, you have the Democratic establishment coming out and smearing Zohran. So here we go, undermining him relentlessly. So here's one example. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, a New York Democrat, says he is not ready to endorse Zohran Mamdani. At the same time, you have Kathy Hochul saying the same thing. She's the governor of New York, Democratic governor of New York. Okay, this is unforgivable. This is inexcusable. Initially, we heard that...
This is unforgivable and inexcusable, but these are the people he's going to tell you to vote for when they're up against Republicans because Trump bad.
Cuomo was not going to try to run as an independent in the general. Well, since then, he's refused to take his name off the ballot, which means he might actually run as an independent or as some weird party that he just created 7 seconds ago. So on the night of the Zohran win, it looked like, okay, they're getting the message. A bunch of them tweeted some vaguely positive things. Okay, maybe they'll fall in line. They realize they don't have the political capital to take on this fight with their left flank. They need their left flank. This guy's the future, etc. Nope. within a few days, it was right back to,
They need their left flank. They don't need their left flank. The Democrats don't care about their left flank. They would rather lose to Republicans. They showed that. They would rather Donald Trump than Bernie Sanders. The left flank. They would rather MAGA get built and rolling than the Bernie movement, Bernie or bust, whatever you call that movement. They would rather the MAGA movement live than the Bernie movement. Bernie beat her. Bernie beat Hillary, and they cheated us. They cheated all of us, all of America, and got rid of the left flank. It should have went to the Green Party. Bernie should have taken the offer from Jill Stein and ran on the Green ticket and taken his movement over there, and we'd have a different world right now. It'd be totally different. Maybe not totally different, but it'd be greatly different, and we'd be on our way to being totally different. I don't know how long it's going to take. It might, 2016, so I mean, it'd be 10-ish years almost, so 8 years, but it might take a little bit longer than that, but still, we'd be on our way. They don't want the left flank. Zohran, they're fighting him already. They don't want the leftism to spread across the country and take over the Democratic Party. They're going to fight it, and they're going to say, oh, it won't work in this, it won't work in this city, it won't work in this city. Let's see. But again, I'm of the left. Kyle here is a liberal, and exactly who Malcolm X and Martin Luther King warned us about. These are the guys. He is more dangerous than MAGA. He is more dangerous than the Republicans. He is bringing people into the right-wing Democratic Party, which is, again, the party of the crime bill, party of Joe Biden, who likes to work across the aisle with Strom Thurmond and all these racist people. So it's not great. And it's hard, it's sad for me to say, because I used to really, really, really respect this guy, but he's become DEMINEM and just he's lost his left bona fides all the way.
I'm not sure if I'm going to endorse him yet. We're keeping our options on the table. So the Democratic establishment is very hesitant. Why? Because they also take a tremendous amount of money from corporations and billionaires, and corporations and billionaires do not want Zohran Mamdani, because he will actually challenge their power. All right, we have another example here. Democratic Congresswoman Laura Gillen. Here's what she said on News Nation about Zohran. Here we go.
New York City is the home to the largest Jewish population outside of Israel. How can someone who traffics in that kind of speech represent that constituency effectively? His comments are really disturbing. His comments about intifada, calls for violence against Jewish people. It's really inappropriate for someone like that to lead the city of New York.
Okay, ready for this? He didn't make any comments about intifada. He's now being tarred with this globalize the intifada thing, which he literally didn't say. And of course, he never called for violence against Jewish New Yorkers. Jewish New Yorkers were a big part of his coalition. By the way, it's also very rich that here you have a Democratic Congresswoman shitting on Zohran. At the same time, you see at the bottom of the screen, Trump attacked Zohran and called him a 100% communist lunatic.
Right, the Democrats and Republicans. Same. That is why you are dangerous, because you act like they're different and you make people think that they're different when they're not.
See, this is why we call you Diet MAGA. This is why we call you Republican Light. Because fundamentally, you agree with them on way too many things. These are
Dem Shady over here. Wow. And when it comes down to it, he's going to tell you to vote for her if she's going against a Republican.
Fascists. These are fascists. And you guys are always going, well, they have...
Democrats are fascists. They're the ones who militarized the police. They passed a health care bill that fined poor people. If you couldn't afford health care, they fined you at the end of the year. Took money from you because you couldn't afford health care. The Democrats are just as... I actually think they're worse than Republicans, but they're at least just as bad.
Have a point here, and they have a point there, and they have a point on this thing, and they have a point on that thing. So what do you want me to call you? You would be a semi-fascist if we're being objective about our...
Yes, Kyle, you are a semi-fascist. You're a full-on fascist. If you're a Democrat or Republican and you believe in it, you're pretty much a full-on fascist. Kyle understands. He's been doing this stuff for a long time. He says he doesn't take money from nobody, whatever, but he's rich, and he makes a lot of money doing this. His girl's rich. They're millionaires. He's a fascist. He's not trying to help the proletariat. He's not trying to help the working class. He's keeping money where it's at.
Descriptions here. And so, whenever they say, oh, I don't agree with his comments on Jewish people, ask whoever's saying that, what did he say about Jewish people? Give me one example of something he said about Jewish people which was unacceptable. He didn't say anything against Jewish people. In fact, he has reiterated, I have a commitment to fight anti-Semitism. I'm going to increase anti-hate crime funding by 800%. He talks eloquently about, the struggles of Jewish people who experience anti-Semitism, right? But the fact of the matter is, this is all a smear tactic because Zohran is pro-Palestine. Zohran wants to make sure Palestinians have freedom and dignity, and he humanizes them, right? And so they look at that and they go, that's unacceptable. We can't have that. We can't have somebody who criticizes the Israeli government and calls what they're doing accurately a genocide. We can't have somebody who calls the IDF war criminals. We can't have somebody who says, if Netanyahu steps foot in New York City, I'm going to have him arrested because we believe in international law. That's what this is really about. All the cheap tricks to say, oh, he's an anti-Semite, it's just that. It's a cheap trick. It's a smear. They literally cannot bring up a single anti-Jewish statement he's ever made. This is all lies to protect the genocidal, bloodthirsty government of Israel. That's what this is.
Right. And this is all true, what he's been saying, so I didn't have a lot to say. But still, he is going to tell you to back these people. He's saying all this about the Democrats, right? The lead Democrats, the head Democrats, and then he's going to be like, oh, vote for them. What in the actual... It doesn't make any sense. If you are a leftist, and you know all the stuff that he just said, but then you tell people, well, the Republicans are worse, so you just have to vote for these people who are going to commit genocide and do all this stuff. They don't care about people. They don't care about the workers. They ain't going to give you nothing or aren't going to give you anything for your taxes. They're going to just work it up to the top. And he says this and knows this, but then tells you still to vote for the lesser evil. This is why he's dim shady. DEMINEM is lying. No, he's not. He tells you the truth and then tells you the wrong thing. Like, why would you tell people to vote for this? He tells you to vote blue no matter who, but then he tells you how bad the Democrats are. When the thing that makes him so bad is he has a channel. He has an actual following. Him, his wife, TYT, all these channels could build the Green Party. They have millions of followers all together. That's all you need is millions of followers and you can get things done. But he's going to tell you all this truth about the Democratic Party and then be like, oh, well, the Republicans are worse, so you just got to vote for the Democrats. It's not what I'm on, man.
We have another example. Here we have Eric Swalwell. Here's what he said.
And frankly, stylistically, and I'm not a socialist, and I don't associate myself with what he has said about the Jewish people.
What has he said about the Jewish people? Again, total lie, and now it's taken off at 1,000 miles an hour. It's a zombie lie that won't go away. You have Trump and the Republicans saying this stuff all the time, and now you have the Democratic establishment doing the same thing, trying to shiv the person who represents the future of the Democratic Party.
And so far, I haven't seen anybody show any videos of him saying anything about Jewish people. And he said he didn't say the global intifada thing, and I haven't seen any videos of it, of people calling, like the people that call him out, they say that he said it, but I haven't seen anything showing that he said it, and he said he hadn't, so.
So look, here's the bottom line, man. All of these establishment Democrats, these corporate Democrats, we are not playing with you anymore. When I say we, I mean the Democratic base. We're not playing with you anymore.
Oh my goodness. This guy, he's going to take the Democratic base and sheep herd them and sheepdog them to whatever they need, the people that he's saying that they're not going to play with anymore. Here we go. This is Dim Shady coming on live and right now, full in effect. Let's see what Dim Shady's going to say. DEMINEM, here we go.
We are not playing with you anymore. When I say we, I mean the Democratic base. We're not playing with you anymore. Just like it was only 79 Democrats in the House that voted to impeach Trump over his illegal and offensive attack on Iran. Only 79.
Obama took us from 2 wars to 7. Are you serious?
That means it was like 128 or something
And he has videos. He has videos talking about Obama taking this from 2 wars to 7. He's one of the reasons I know a lot of this stuff. But he became Trump deranged. His TDS just got so much in his head. Now he's just a sycophant for the Democrats. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Protected Trump from impeachment. Okay, you're done. We're done with you. I hope every single one of you gets primaried. I hope every...
But it's okay that Joe Biden and the Democrats passed that crime bill that just fucked over black people for generations, and then we vote Joe Biden into presidency, and you're cool with that because you're a Democrat. Like, you're full of shit. You're full of shit, and I just... Yeah, you're full of shit, sorry.
Every single one of you loses. I hope you get humiliated by a candidate to your left. I hope you're out of politics forever, and I feel the same way about this. Hakeem Jeffries should resign. He should resign. Chuck Schumer should resign. Kathy Hochul should resign. Eric Swalwell should resign.
See, you can talk a good game, but when they don't resign and they go up against a Republican, we'll vote for Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries because vote blue no matter who. The lesser evil. That's what we have to do. Get on the Jones plantation and enjoy it.
If you guys are totally incapable of beating Trump and Trumpism, and you fail over and over and over, and then here we have a Democratic candidate who's a superstar who destroys Trump and Trumpism, and what do? You run interference for the right, and you smear this guy, which gives the right more ammunition and more fuel. You're not on the team. You're not on the team. You don't represent...
The Democrats are not on the team. Don't you get it? Do you not get it? The Democrats are not on team people. They are on team corporation. And you are on team Democrat, which means you are on team corporation. If you are on team left, you need to get on the Green Party, DSA, whatever, something. Go left. You are not left. You are a liberal that is right-wing bullshit, dude. Like, you need to stop acting like you are for the people when you're not. When you're telling people to vote Democrat. These Democrats, like you say, are not for us. So stop acting like they are. Just because they're the lesser evil. Oh, he's going to whip you 19 times. He'll whip you 15. Fuck both of them.
The Democratic base. By the way, super important point. You ready for this? This is an incredible fact. What percentage of the Democratic base is now pro-Israel? You ready for this? What percentage of the... Just guess in your head. What do you think the number is? Democratic voters who are pro-Israel. It has collapsed all the way down to 21%. All of these asshole Democratic politicians who've cucked themselves to the right and smear Zohran, every single one of them, they are wildly out of step with the Democratic base. They support Netanyahu. They support the Israeli government. If you say something like free Palestine, they call that hate speech. We have Kirsten Gillibrand, who accused Zohran of being a jihadist and supporting jihadism. Every single Democratic politician who's smearing Zohran should resign. And you should call any of the Democratic politicians who are smearing Zohran, and you should set them straight.
This asshole.
That they need to sit down and go to shut the fuck upsville because they're ruining what is the future of the Democratic Party.
There is no real future. The future of the Democratic Party is corporate. It's corporate. It's been corporate. It will always be corporate. If you want a future of the left, it's through the Green Party or maybe a new party. But it's not through the Democratic Party. That is guaranteed. And he knows this. Dim Shady over here taking you in the wrong direction.
We have no interest in them being traitors anymore. It's over. It's done. Go represent your billionaires. Go represent your corporations.
Oh, but the Democrats represent the good billionaires. Fuck out of here, homeboy. DEMINEM, shut your ass up.
Go represent the Israeli government. But you're not going to be in there long if you keep doing that. Because now the Democratic base has finally woken up. And they've realized what's going on here. And these...
You're finally woken up. You've been on YouTube for how long? You've been putting us in the... Like, you were trying for a minute, but then you're going the wrong way. You're putting people to sleep. You're talking about as soon as people start waking up, you're going the wrong way. Like, you're telling people to stay Democrat and be Democrat. Are you serious, dude? Like, it's so sad to watch you right now.
Cheap smear tactics.
Yeah, you're
cheap. I don't agree with what he said about the Jewish people. Really? Give me one example of something he said about the Jewish people. They got nothing. They got nothing. Because the lie is the point. Hey, y'all, do me a favor.
Because the lie is the point. Yeah, so We got Dim Shady over here talking stupid shit, right? Zoran. He acts like he likes him, but he's not really for the politics of it, right? So he's going to tell you, oh, the Democrats, they don't back Zoran, but I back the Democrats no matter what. So what are you backing? You're backing the people that don't back Zoran. The people who would back Zoran are the Green Party. So you should be talking to Zoran. You should really go to the Green Party. Go to the Green Party and build that. Let's build an actual leftist. Let's build an actual proletariat, a pro-worker party, a pro-worker United States. But, let's keep it rich. Let's keep it, DEMINEM and, stay dim shady.